Day mornings from 7 to 10.
Hi, my name is.
Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
My
This
name
hour
is.
is brought to you by
My name
Buster's
is.
Butcher at
My name
199
is.
South Highland, where every
Hi,
cut is
my
the
name
right
is.
cut. Now,
My
here's
name
your
is.
host, Johnny
My
Radio
name is.
himself, John Harden.
Hi, my name is. My name is. My name is.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful Monday, and it doesn't have anything to do with the weather. It has to do with the state of Tennessee. Memphis, Maine. They went on the road, took care of Florida State, and I feel like a dominating fashion. I have to say, I thought the offensive line against that defensive front was very impressive. I thought Seth Hennigan made very, very intelligent decisions. Rock Taylor did his thing. And what's my little guy, number 10, Drake? Like, my little homie's out there doing, like, a pirouette on the punt return. No way.
Huh?
You were in the frat with little Drake?
Yeah, well, I dropped. I think he dropped down the road. I don't remember.
Man, well, I'll tell you one thing. If he's, I bet he's probably pretty popular on Sorority Row.
Yes.
What a game by Memphis. There were a few things in that game which drove me crazy. And again, I am not here to rain on anybody's parade. I am so happy Memphis took care of business. But I will say at the end of that first half, a couple of those decisions that Ryan Silverfield made did give me a little bit more anxiety than I think I needed. Because, man, I was feeling great. Florida State could not get across the 50 and into Memphis territory until they went for it on fourth down and couldn't get it. That's what gave up that early 3 points. But, my goodness, the cojones on him late in that fourth quarter for Ryan Silverfield. The team, the way they believed in each other. I am fired up. I feel like they have to be. I know Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame. I know people got mad respect because Boise State was that close against Oregon. But the front runner right now, right this damn minute, for that Power Four, that Power Four, they all get the automatic qualifier, and then that fifth conference that's not in the Power Four, that's the highest ranked team, it's got to be Memphis. It's got to be Memphis. Like, I feel it in my bones. I'm telling you something, I ain't gonna lie to you. I love you, Memphis basketball. I love you, but you ain't made me feel like this. I got that warm and fuzzy in my belly. I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, Memphis, man. The offensive line, the defensive front, the linebackers, the safeties, all these guys who transferred in. Ryan Silverfield has done a fabulous job to make them a cohesive unit. You look on the other side, and again, no disrespect to Mike Norvell. He brought in many transfers. It is not working for them. It works sometimes, it don't work other times. But with Mike Norvell right now in Florida State, it's kind of crazy. I was listening to Dave Woloshin, the voice of the Tigers, who was down there doing his damnedest, tearing it up. He was talking with TJ Reeves a little bit earlier. I did not realize this. Mike Norvell is 3-10 without Jordan Travis. That is kind of a telling thing. You know what it makes me think of? Bill Belichick in Cleveland and Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. Now, I ain't saying Jordan Travis is Tom Brady or nothing like that. I'm just saying you got to have your quarterback, and DJ Uiagalelei is not that dude. But you also can't really blame him since nobody for Florida State can catch a damn pass.
I was just about to say, if it wasn't one thing, it was another in that game. John DJ would have plays where his offensive line was just letting guys through left and right. There were times he was holding the ball too long.
Too long because he was apprehensive.
Yeah, then he would have a play where he looks like
right in the chest.
Exactly. He looks like a great quarterback out there, hits a guy right in the chest, drops it. I mean, what are we doing?
I honestly, like, I was like, oh my, like, I don't know if you know, like, about my feeling that Memphis was going to win the game going into the start of it was like 50-50. Like, to be real. I was very hopeful, but I was a little bit apprehensive because I just couldn't pound the money line For one reason is Mike Norvell, a lot of new transfers in.
Oh, John, I was terrified of that game.
Travel over the cross to Ireland, and they get beat to Georgia Tech in a tight one. Boston College looks a lot better than a lot of people expected. Bill O'Brien's doing a hell of a job up there in BC.
Sure is.
And I'm thinking to myself, this is, Mike Norvell extra work, a whole, 2 weeks. You got a desperate team. What is he going to implement? Is there going to be more DJU run? How are they going to fix the defense? And I was about 50-50. After watching the first quarter of that football game, I was like 70-30. And then into the second half, maybe 60-40. But once that fourth quarter hit, and I watched how Memphis, every time they got the ball, they moved it. It was 2 possessions to 1 for Memphis in the third quarter. It was, you know what I mean? Like, they would get the ball. Florida State scored. Memphis would go right back down and just have a long, productive drive. And I was like, holy cow, they're going to do this. Now, the Hail Mary, the fact that they got there to even throw a Hail Mary to scare me, that gave me anxiety like I've never had. But when the ball was batted down and Memphis walked off that field as victors, I was just like, bro, this is on just another level. So I hope everybody out there who loves a little Memphis football can hit me up today at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line. Life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Let me know what you think about them. And then we also have to talk about them balls, man. Good Lord. Like, did you see what they really did? Like, the whole state of Tennessee in college has got to feel good unless you're UTC Chattanooga. But, I mean, the Titans, they're terrible. That was terrible. But with Tennessee...
You were at that game, John.
Oh, I was there. And Aaron Rodgers I almost said something very terrible.
I'm glad you didn't.
I caught myself. I realized I was actually still on the radio. But I'm going to tell you something. I had fun at the game. And I will tell you one thing. Going down and drinking on like Broad and 2nd Printers Alley is dangerous, bro.
Sure is.
Going
down there and not drinking is
Going
dangerous.
down there with your girlfriend is even more dangerous because I have the most wandering eye in the history of the world. I think all men do, don't they? And by the way, Chaz, if you're listening, you know I love you, baby. I just can't help it. It's called biology. Like something about... I like circles and round things for some reason. That's why I love playing ball. It is time to talk with my good buddy, Jake Crane. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not watching Crane and Company, I feel like if you like sports, you're slighting your life. One, they break down college football, I think, better than any crew on planet Earth. They keep you abreast with some of the funniest things you've ever heard. Blaine, David, and Jake are absolutely amazing. Their set's ridiculous. I know they're on the podcast. I love watching them on the TV. I think it's the best show going. It is Crane and Company. Make sure you check it out. And this is my homie, Jake Crane. What up, Jake?
Man, what is up, my friend? Appreciate the kind words, and there's a lot to get to today, that's for sure.
Homie, man, let me tell you something. What a crazy, crazy college football week. Also, the National Football League is crazy. And right now, I will tell you something. My boy Dacus is here. What was the biggest bet I made this year? Baltimore under 10.5
That's
wins.
right.
I told everybody,
right.
Take every damn dollar you got.
Sure did.
And go under on Baltimore because their offensive line is not the same. I do not trust Lamar Jackson because, man, he is a hell of a running back and wide receiver, but I don't want him to throw a damn pass. I don't trust him. And then they spent so much money on him, you lose their best linebacker. All these things are going. So, like, seeing that Baltimore situation right now just makes my stomach smile.
Yeah, it's looking like a good bet. I will say it's an unbelievable stroke of irony that a lot of people said the Ravens couldn't get over the hump was because Lamar didn't have enough players around him. So they went and got the players around him and didn't do anything else. And now their problem is the offensive line and the defense's ability to get stops. I mean, you look at the amount of leads they've blown in the fourth quarter of 7+ points. I think it would shock a lot of people. And right now, if I had to take a Harbaugh in the NFL, it's definitely Jim, not John.
Dude, and by the way, congratulations to Jim Harbaugh. Now, he did beat the Panthers, but, man, 2-0.
Yeah.
My man, how long has it been since Jim's lost?
Man, it's been a while. I mean, they're 1-0 against NFL teams and 1-0 against whatever that was that Carolina attempted to put out in the field. I mean, I think the real question after that game, are the Panthers the worst NFL team of
in
my
history?
generation?
Yes.
it's as bad as I've ever seen. And it's not just Bryce, but he hadn't been great either.
Well, I mean, like, they are so limited with Bryce, and when you watch last night and you see C.J. Stroud play quarterback and you think to yourself that the Carolina Panthers organization actually passed on C.J. Stroud, who's like, 6'3", 6'4", strapping, big arm, very intelligent, and they took, yes, Bryce, who was a cute, great little bitty quarterback, but Doug Flutie had to go through Canada before he got his opportunity in the NFL. He sure as hell wasn't the number one pick.
Yeah, Bryce, I think is going to probably get a chance somewhere else. But if he's not able to turn it around, you better learn how to speak Birmingham Stallions, buddy, because that's where it's headed.
Best, man, I'm telling you.
We'll take him here in Memphis with the Showboats for sure.
Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, actually, I'll take him here with the Memphis Showboats for right now. But like, my goodness, and I usually don't just jump into a bunch of NFL, but yesterday was buck wild. I was at the Titans and the Jets game, and I would tell you, I don't care what anybody says. I watched a great defense for Tennessee, who has been playing great, but for some reason they can't block when it's punting. My man's had 2 punts blocked in consecutive weeks, like one week one last week. Will Levis always is going to make a stupid throw across the middle. Got lucky on the touchdown pass. I'm not a big believer in Will Levis, but what's surprising to me is I thought that Jets defense and that Jets offense were both very vanilla, because I don't have a lot of respect for this Titans team other than their defense. You think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, I mean, that's his first win as a Jet. Is this going to work?
Well, we knew that the defense was going to have to be the strength of this team, even with a guy like Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. I don't think the Jets' defense has looked as dominant, and obviously in Week 1 with what they went up against, it was tough. But if they're going to get to the Super Bowl, it's going to have to be a really, really good defense and an offense that makes big plays in big moments and not necessarily super explosive across the board. It just felt like the Jets outlasted them, and they let the Titans beat themselves, which is probably a smart thing to do because nobody beats themselves worse than the Titans or Jeffrey Toobin at CNN. But at the end of the day, when you look at the way this Jets team is put together, you're going to have to win games in multiple ways, right? We always say the teams that win the most ways. Eventually, you're going to have to win a track meet in the playoffs. You're not going to shut everybody down with who you got to play, and I just don't think that they have that in them right now. And I'm not saying Aaron's washed or that, Breece Hall's a good player. We know Garrett Wilson, they've got some pieces. But as far as the games you're going to have to win when it may be in the high 20s or low 30s or mid 30s, I'm just not seeing it right now. And then obviously, you look at offensively, Aaron Rodgers isn't what he used to be. Nobody is. I'm not what I used to be. I just don't see this team being complete enough to win a Super Bowl, at least right now. It's still early, but in the NFL, you got a lot more proven commodities early, and you kind of know a little bit more than you do in college. I don't think there's as much room for growth throughout the season in the NFL as there is in the college game.
I'm going to give you a little inside story. I worked at the University of Memphis when COVID was starting, and after the Jeffrey Toobin incident, that's when I decided, you know what? I don't think I'm doing any Zoom classes. I had a little bit of fear.
What are you doing, dog? Like close the computer at least. I mean, you're just taking unnecessary risks out here.
Unnecessary beatings.
The Will Levis of political commentators.
Man loves that mayo. Now, I got to ask you some crazy stuff about what we saw this weekend. Like, the Memphis Tigers went down to Tallahassee, whipped up on Florida State. Like, holy cow. Mike Norvell without Jordan Travis is now 3-10 at Florida State.
Yeah.
What does this say for Tallahassee? And is Memphis right now the front runner for that non-Power 5 highest ranked team?
Well, I picked them before the season to be the Group of 5 rep. I think the best team they're going to play out of Florida this year is USF. The saddest part for Florida State is I don't think Memphis played that good, honestly, and they still won the game. That just shows you kind of where Florida State is and obviously where Memphis is. But Hennigan, once again, he's an NFL player. Memphis had enough, at the skill position. I didn't think the offensive line played great, especially in pass pro against Florida State, but they were able to get away with it and survive, and that's a game that, we were looking at before the season and said, man, if Memphis can win this one, that'll be a quality win, at least some people thought. Going into maybe if you had like 3 Group of 5 teams that were 11-1, you look back and say, all right, who had the best win? right now, I mean, that's a game that you expect Memphis to win. As far as Jordan Travis and Florida State, I mean, yeah, look, football is a game that's won by players while coaches watch and talk about it. And it'll always be that way. I've seen great coaches look like idiots because they didn't have good players, and I've seen bad coaches look like savants because they had good players. I mean, you look at Ed Orgeron, you look at Gene Chizik and stuff like that as far as being a head coach. So, yeah, man, it's always going to come down to the players, and it's not all on DJU. You know, wanting to replace him is kind of like, you know, ripping your pants and changing your shirt, but he hasn't been that big of a help, and he can't be the difference to get them over the hump. It's going to be bad, and now this is the downside to making all these mercenary hires through the transfer portal. They haven't had 3 years of cohesion to be able to circle the wagons and all this stuff. So it's a bad situation that I think is only going to get worse down in Tallahassee.
You know, I love the SEC network, and I like Laura Rutledge on the NFL network. I just like Laura Rutledge, period, basically. But when she was talking with Morty about the Texas Longhorns, Marty McGee, is that? Yeah, that's it. Marty with the nice hair and everything. He was talking about how he thinks Quinn Ewers should be the number one pick in the NFL draft, that he's the most NFL-ready quarterback. Again, I go back to I'm not picking a quarterback that's 6'1", 200 pounds. He's too thin and fragile for me. He's injured every year. He goes down. He's injured. And then Arch comes in and absolutely destroys the world. Like, what in the hell do we think about Texas?
Well, look, I think the thing that stands out about Texas the most is the physicality, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where they've made their jump. They've had skill guys. I mean, you look at who they've had at wide receiver, who they've had at quarterback and running back. Skill guys haven't been the problem. It's their ability on both sides of the line of scrimmage to be able to control the game against a quality opponent. That's how you win national championships. You know, you can win 8, 9, 10 games with really good skill guys and an average line of scrimmage, but you're not going to win championships that way. So whether it's Arch in there or whether it's Quinn in there, the ability to run the ball, the ability to stop the run and set the tone on defense, I think is where they've changed. You know, with Quinn Ewers, you know, the best ability is availability. Mm-hmm. And if you're a guy, we know he's talented. When he's in there, he's a really good player.
Oh,
but
he can
gotta
spin
be
it.
In there.
He's just always injured.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's basically Mr. Glass. I mean, he's Samuel L. Jackson in the wheelchair. All he needs to do now is open up a comic book store. So if he's not able to play, I don't know if you spend that number one pick on him when you look at other guys who have been able to have success and then make the plays. Now, when he's healthy, you got to put him in there. As good as Arch looked, Texas is at its best when Quinn Ewers is at quarterback, and they're going to need him down the stretch. That's why if you're going to get an abdominal strain or whatever, this is probably the right week to do it when you got ULM coming in and then you play Mississippi State next. So, yeah, looking in the future, it's going to be a knock on him. It's been a knock on a lot of guys, and you go to the NFL and get hit, it doesn't feel better. And your likelihood of getting injured only goes up. So it's an ironic situation because we find ourselves in this every year, but I think Texas's physicality at the line of scrimmage is something that's going to push them further than a guy being able to go back there and spin it.
Is the lack of physicality that I saw with Georgia this week against Kentucky. I thought that was an embarrassing offensive performance. I thought Kentucky controlled it. I felt actually bad for Mark Stoops. And by the way, just a lot of F words in Georgia. Like, I mean, that was a pathetic performance. How do we feel about the Bulldogs this morning?
Well, if you would have told me that Kentucky's defense would have been able to stop Georgia on offense, I wouldn't have been that shocked because we really don't see any explosive playmakers yet that Georgia's been able to put out in the field. I mean, even if you're Georgia, you're not consistently going to be able to go 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives and score touchdowns and get points. Nobody can really do that. You've got to have guys like a Ladd McConkey that can make an explosive play, a Brock Bowers that can make an explosive play. And we really haven't seen that yet from them. I mean, Dominic Lovett's a good player. Not that they don't have good players, but they haven't been super explosive. The biggest worry I would have if I was a Georgia fan is that I knew Kentucky was going to run it. They knew Kentucky was going to run it. Everybody in the world knew Kentucky was going to run it, and they still had success running it. Now, I know Kentucky brought in their old O-line coach who was at Alabama that's really, really good, but they're a one-trick pony, and it really isn't that great of a trick. So the fact that they were able to line up and dictate the terms to Georgia to keep themselves in the game and run the clock when everybody in the world knew what they were going to do, that doesn't bode well when you're going to go up against other offenses that can do multiple things and hurt you through the air and on the ground, and they actually have balance. So that's where I would be worried if I was a Georgia fan. Not that Kentucky did a good job against Georgia's offense. That was kind of expected, maybe not to that extreme. But the fact that Kentucky was able to run the ball the way that they were when everybody knew that's the only thing they could do.
Is the Big Orange the machine right now in the SEC? I know it was Kent State, but damn, are you kidding me? 37 points in the first quarter, 65 like at the half. They had 740 yards and a 71-0 win. They breathe. I mean, man, Josh Heupel, if he can put it on you, he's going to put it on you. I like this Vols team.
Well, I mean, Josh Heupel, number 2 drives away from catching a manslaughter charge last weekend. I mean, I've seen beatdowns, but that was drowning somebody in a small puddle of water. And I get that people say, oh, well, look, NC State, struggled against Western Carolina and had to come back to beat La Tech. I get that Tennessee hasn't played the best schedule, but sometimes just watching and seeing the way guys move around and operate, if you've watched enough football, you can know. I ask people out there, what is Tennessee's weakness? What are they bad at? Like what if it's
I was
a rock
worried
fight,
about
they
their
can win
secondary before the season started, but I mean, damn, the defense ain't giving up nothing because if you're a quarterback and like you got somebody breathing down your throat in 2 seconds, it's pretty dangerous. That front seven's nasty.
Well, the best way to hide an average secondary is with an elite front seven, and that's what we've seen from Tennessee. Not only that, they're deep, so the secondary is only going to grow. If the front seven keeps chopping the way that they're chopping, it makes their job a whole lot easier in the back end. Speaking from personal experience, you look a lot smarter as a DB coach when the D-line can get after it. So, again, we talk about balance and teams that can win in multiple ways. Having a quarterback that's versatile that can beat you in multiple ways, whether that be with his legs, whether that be through the air, being calm and poised in the pocket. I just haven't found out what Tennessee's bad at. Now, they're going to have to go on the road, right? First true road test. The game against NC State was in Charlotte, which is a 65% road game in my opinion. But this Oklahoma team still got question marks, man. They're having to break in a new quarterback and a new offensive line that hadn't been able to form that chemistry, and Tennessee's going to roll in there with some cats on that front seven. They're going to test your mettle up front very, very quickly, and if you get behind Tennessee, they can leave you in the dust very quickly and turn you one-dimensional very quickly, which if you're one-dimensional against this team, you're not dimensional at all. So I think this Tennessee team right now, I don't know, we talk about, hey, Georgia and Texas look like the best team in the league, and then you got Bama and Tennessee right there. Tennessee's starting to make a case, especially after this weekend. We're going to find out. I mean, is this a Tier 1 SEC team? And when I mean Tier 1, I mean top of the pyramid at Tier 1.
Josh Heupel's going to go to Oklahoma this Saturday, and
I think
he's
this
going
is
to drop
personal.
at least, I'm telling you, I think they score 50 points on OU.
He's going to score as many as they can possibly score. And I don't blame him. It's like stunting on your ex, right? Not only was I a quarterback there that won the national championship, y'all fired me as the offensive coordinator. So now, I lost 30 pounds and I'm dating an Instagram model. And, we may drive by your house a couple times a week just to remind you.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I could talk with you for another 4 hours, but I know your time's valuable. Make sure you check out Crane and Company. Tell them what you got coming down the pipe. What are y'all working on this weekend?
Oh, man, look, we're so deep in college football and some of the NFL. If you enjoy talking, if you enjoy what you just heard, it's really easy. Go to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It's Crane and Company, CRAIN and Company. We go live from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Central each weekday. We have live calls, a live chat. If you're at work and can't catch it, it stays on demand. Breaking down the Tennessee-Oklahoma game today, as well as a couple others. A really good Friday night game this week, too, with Illinois going to Nebraska in a ranked matchup. So, man, come hang out with us, and hopefully we don't agree on everything because that would be super boring.
And make sure you do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button when you go and join. It's Crane and Company. Follow Jake at Jake Crane underscore, and follow Crane and Company at Crane and Company. Be blessed, big homie. I was in Nashville. I'm telling you, I haven't been this hungover in probably 6 months.
I tell you, it'll do it to you. You and the rest of the 300,000 bachelorette parties that happen here every weekend.
And that's why I'm so hungover. Like, you can't stop. You don't want to go home. Be blessed.
Yeah, that's it. All right, buddy. See you.
That's my buddy Jake, man. We got to take a quick time out. I do want to tell y'all something very, very important. Buster's Butcher. Like, it's on just another level. And right now they're doing something that I think is just so cool. It's tailgating season. You're feeling the football. When Memphis comes back to the crib, you don't want to be out there at the Liberty Bowl cheering on your Tigers. Well, when you want to go out there and cheer on your Tigers and do a little tailgating, don't you want some good food? Don't you want good liquor? Well, guess what? Buster's has got both, because Buster's Butcher has the best, the highest quality meats, period, in the city. The best cheeses. They prepare food and side dishes every single day that you take home and fresh. It is so great for tailgating. And again, if you want to get your tailgating season going the right way, head over to Buster's Butcher. It's at 199 South Highland Street. All you have to do is go in there. You don't even have to buy anything. You just go register to win, and you could win a $500 tailgate package. That's $200. $200 gift certificate to Buster's Butcher. 4 Yeti Coasters. A Camo Ice Mule soft cooler to keep them beers cold, and a whole lot of Buster's branded swag. Again, it's $500, no purchase necessary, one person per entry. We're gonna pull this joint at October 1st. So you need to get over there to 199 South Highland Street. And when you go over to Buster's Butcher, don't forget to go next door. Buster's Liquor, grab you a bottle of Tito's or whatever toots your fancy, and then go on home and get ready to a little tailgate. And don't forget, though, they do have 2 locations now for Buster's Liquor Store. The OG at Poplar and Highland, and they got a new one right there at the Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. We're back in 2 Shakes with Terry Davis. I'm sure we're about to talk a whole lot of Tiger football on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Get your tailgate season going now and win a free tailgate package from Buster's Butcher. Stop in Buster's Butcher, 199 South Highland Street, and register to win an Ice Mule Cooler, 4 Yeti Coasters, a $200 gift certificate, and some Buster's branded swag. Tailgate package valued at $500, no purchase necessary, 1 entry per person. Winner drawn 10 a.m. October 1st. Buster's Butcher offering the finest selection of curated meats, cheeses, prepared foods, and more. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. Maybe you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouses, bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. There's no better time of the year than now. Football and fitness go hand in hand in the fall. And with individual screens on each piece of cardio and multiple big screens throughout the rest of the club, you'll never miss a bit of the action watching your favorite team. ATC Fitness continues to be the Mid-South's choice for fitness, family-owned for 30 years, and proud supporters of Coach Silverfield and the Memphis Tigers. Join online at atcfitness.com. ATC Fitness. Exercise your right to look good.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch the most live NFL games all in one place. Which means you can watch the Rams, and the Colts, and the Vikings, and the Bengals, and the Buccaneers, and the Chargers. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Getting engaged soon? Don't make her settle for one of those knockoff mass-produced rings you find at most jewelry stores. Get to Genesis Genesis Diamonds and get her that one-of-a-kind ring she really wants from a world-class designer. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and Genesis Diamonds has the rings on every woman's wish list. Truly handcrafted rings made in the USA. From names like Tacori, Coraggio, and dozens more. We're not even allowed to sell these amazing brands, but you can get them at Genesis. This is one amazing store. Owned by a former diamond wholesaler, every diamond is straight from the cutter with rock-bottom prices, and nothing's held back. They'll show you the inside secrets of the diamond business and teach you how to buy like a dealer buys. They can also explain the differences between natural and lab-grown diamonds, so you can buy with total confidence. We're lucky to have Genesis here, so check them out. Their it's extended. You will thank me. Check them out online at genesisdiamonds.com.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Yeah, I'm a little stuffy right now. Took a little Sudafed, no bumps or nothing like that. Just, kind of trying to get my sinuses right because I was in Nashville yesterday watching the Titans look pathetic. Watching the Jets look equally pathetic. It was two bad teams playing football. Jets did win the game because Will Levis is terrible. But, hey, that is it. That is what it is. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't even need a Care Bear stare today because Memphis went down to Tallahassee and put a whooping all over Florida State. Terry Davis, how are you doing on this Monday?
Man, life is great, man. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm living the dream, brother. Other than like my sinuses, again, remember, yay is bad.
Okay.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Okay. I was gonna say, hit me up with what yay is.
Oh, you don't know what yay is?
Yeah, I think I know, but I just don't want to assume.
Tony Montana brought it to Miami. They did a great movie about it.
The yayo.
Yeah,
okay,
you don't want to touch that stuff. I'm telling you right now, you know what that is? That's a heart attack in a bag.
Well, I would never know. I don't know. I don't know.
Because you know what? You are a good human being, and you've never done anything wrong. And you're always...
I don't know about all that.
Well, I mean, you're not perfect, but you ain't do it. Other than when you're in Brazil, you don't do anything wrong. Now, I do need this. I mean, tell me how big is this win for Ryan Silverfield and this Tiger crew? Because, I mean, I know it's like... I mean, I was there when they beat Tennessee back in the day, but like the opportunity, it's just different. Like the opportunity to make the college football playoff, I feel so different right now than I've ever felt about Tiger football in my entire life.
You know what? I don't think the win is as big as people make it out to be.
Damn it, Terry, you are always the one who is positive. What are you doing? Are you trying to be I'm a realist. I'm a realistic. What counts? What happens now is for the rest of the season, Memphis got a bunch of minefields in the way of going. They got to go 13-0. Now they got to win 13 straight games. You know they're going to be some downside and stuff like that. So you got to temper your expectations because, it's possible they can go and win a championship and still not make the playoffs. Terry, I want you to do me a favor and remember you're on Memphis radio, and when you say things like that, that's blasphemous, and I just totally disagree with you 100%.
Hey, okay, well, do this right here.
I'm scared of South Florida. I'm scared of UTSA, and I'm scared of Tulane. That's about it.
No, the team I'm really scared of is UAB and Tulane.
Oh, they're going to pimp slap UAB, bro.
Yeah, but that's a rivalry game, man.
I know,
that's a rivalry game.
But it's here this year. It's here.
It's here, and the Battle of the Bones here. But I think everyone came out healthy. Self looking better and better. He's got control. I still think their game plan, they play really, really smart football because they shorten the game down because I think they could have put a 40 spot on Florida State if they really wanted to, and that would have made a bigger impression on the voters. Because, they said to make the AP poll.
Well, you know what? I've never said the AP knew their, left from right. Like, what does the AP know? Please.
I agree with you. The AP has always been harsher on Memphis than the coaches poll. The coaches poll has always been more favorable than the AP poll. And really, none of this stuff really matters until November, October, when the real polls come out. if you're 8-0, 9-0 by that time, I think everything else will take care of itself. You'll be a top 15 team. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get high enough up so they can host a home game here.
I would love that. That would be great. If they make it right now for me, I'm just going to dance banana sandwiches. But right now, do you not feel like they have to be at least the front runners? Because I know Northern Illinois, yes, they beat Notre Dame. Boise State was
Northern Illinois would not make it through the match.
I don't think so either. And I
know they
also don't
won't.
think Boise State, as good as they played against Oregon, like I mean, I'm just telling you, I feel like there is a lot of landmines for all these non-Power 4 schools. But I feel like Memphis's road after beating Florida State, it feels kind of, at least for me, shoot, I'm like LFG, let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's go. But it was. I tell you one thing about it. Doing out today, everyone in Memphis was happy with the win. Now I just want to be happy to see them in stands because I don't want to see 23,000 people in the stands no more.
Well, yeah, there should be no excuse because, one, you go to Buster's Butcher, you go there and you find quality meats and cheeses. Then you go to the game, you tailgate, you party, and you watch Memphis run somebody out the damn, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, please.
Right.
This is how we're
And
doing
this weekend is really a bigger game than Florida State because
Navy.
One, you're playing Navy. Navy's 2-0, but more importantly, Navy's 1-0 in the conference. So you go up to Indianapolis and you pimp slap them up there, then you can feel really good. Then you in the driver's seat because you're the only undefeated team in the conference. You're undefeated in the conference, and then you will be ranked in both polls next weekend.
Blake Horvath, the little quarterback for Navy, is damn good too.
Yeah, and Navy has changed their offense up. They're not the triple option anymore.
No, I mean, dude's got 3 touchdown passes through 2 games. Most Navy quarterbacks didn't have that through a whole season. And by the way, he still has rushed for. Horvath has thrown 3 touchdown passes, and he's rushed for 3 touchdowns. So he's doing it all.
Right, and they still have a powerful offense. They still averaging 400 yards a game. You know, so
damn.
And they hadn't been doing it against a lot of good people. And the Memphis defense, if they continue to play the way they play against Florida State, they're ranked 30th in total defense, which is great for this unit, which is used to being in the 150s and not 30.
The one thing, though, I will say, though, that gives me a little bit more, like, I feel good about Navy, because Navy always kind of scares you because it's just their offenses are always good. But damn, man, like Ryan Silverfield, you know, if he has to run the football and work clock, he'll do it. If Seth Hennigan, you want to put the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth Hennigan, did you realize that he's the only 4-year starter in the FBS at the same school?
Yes.
Like, that is ridiculous. Like, I feel comfortable. And again, the leading receiver, by the way, for Navy is that little running back they got, Eli, like Heinrich or whatever. And I don't know. I feel like the defense of Memphis, what they showed me against DJ Uiagalelei, what they showed me against Mike Norvell in Florida State, Florida State can't catch passes and DJ ain't that good, but they were so physical up front. And again, that secondary is like really playing damn good football.
Exactly. They're playing great football. The scheme they put against Florida State was great because they took out all those short passes, and then they didn't give DJ any time to think. And if they put that same pressure on Navy will get half of what they need to do, and before you know it, they're going to be down 21-0. I think Memphis is going to open it up against Navy because they want a bigger win, and they want to send a message to the rest of the team. And then a week after that, they probably put 50 up on MTSU in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they definitely will.
Right. And my thing is, this is almost parallel because, you know, Lampier, it had a similar. You remember when Joey caught the pass?
By the way, Lampier is probably like, I'm scared to say this, but man, if he keeps playing like this, he'll be in Oxford next year. You got that one right.
Yes, I did. But you know what? I don't think they even looked at that because how could you have an interception when the man's on his back and he's got dual simultaneous possession? You know, Florida State got some favorable calls throughout that game. So Memphis really just mollywopped Florida State, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't as close as the scoreboard indicated.
All right, so was this Ryan Silverfield's biggest win of his career?
No, it was not.
Was it last year at Iowa State?
Iowa State and that, because that signified him being able to beat a good team. Because even the Mississippi State win, you know, was okay, but the win against Iowa State in the bowl game where they had a lot of people playing and Memphis had a lot of people playing, that that meant more because it's a bowl win in Memphis.
I don't disagree with you very often. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I'm disagreeing with you.
It's recency bias because Florida State's not that good. You know,
Well, it's
not
the
to take
fact that
the shine off
it's
the
the
thing.
fact that it's Mike Norvell. You know what I mean?
No. Y'all just put more into
Plus,
it.
I don't put
But Iowa
much.
State
No
was
offense. I
better.
love the Liberty Bowl and stuff. But again, Iowa State, come on now. Like, Brock Purdy ain't playing at Iowa State.
Okay. Who's the better team at the time you beat them? Iowa State or Florida State?
Iowa State.
Okay, then. So in essence, would that
Logic,
be a better win?
logic doesn't. You know what? The reason it's bigger, I guess, is because that was the end of the year and that was the pinnacle of what happened.
Uh-huh.
This win, the reason I feel like it's bigger for Ryan Silverfield, because it opens up the potential of something magical.
And, if you had lost this game, that potential of going to the playoff would not have ended.
In my opinion, yes, it would have.
I don't think it would have. Because if you 12-1, going to if you 12-1 as
and
conference
you
champion.
lost to a Florida State team that's going to end up having 4 wins on the season, that'd be still pretty bad.
Oh no, they're gonna get 6 wins. They're gonna get a turnaround. I promise you. They got too much talent there not to get a turnaround. They're gonna go to a bowl game. I promise you.
You have to admit, in that first quarter, did you not notice how many times? Like, at least I was talking with a couple of buddies of mine, who played football and know football. Like Florida State, a lot of times, like they have their hands on their hips and they're looking at each other. Like they're not communicating. They're looking like, damn, bruh, damn, bruh, damn, bro. And when you got a bunch of individuals and you're not a cohesive unit, and they are so far from a cohesive unit on both sides of the football, I really think this, like Billy Napier's year is going to be worse than Mike Norvell's. But Mike Norvell's isn't really going to be that much better than Billy Napier's, is what I'm feeling.
And my thing is, the offensive line and defensive line are pretty much the same units that was there last year. So the only thing that's really going on is you got the same defense coordinator. So they just don't understand what Memphis is doing because Memphis didn't show them a lot of stuff that they brought into the Florida State game. And then DJ, he just isn't. He maybe next year he'll be good for that unit, but he's not ready for this unit because that chemistry is just not there with them yet.
Bigger. Let's see, not bigger impact. Who do you love more today, Penny or Ryan Silverfield?
Oh, man, Penny, man.
Are you on drugs? Again, you say you've never done yayo.
October 15th. If you didn't have Penny Hardaway, you would not have University of North Carolina coming to the FedEx Forum.
Man, I'm glad North Carolina's coming. I'm glad that they're going to play UConn in the Maui.
Would they
love
come
the
to the
schedule.
FedEx Forum without Penny Hardaway?
Man, do me a favor and get more than one damn NCAA tournament win, okay? And then I will love you. The opportunity that Ryan Silverfield has right now.
This is how you look at it. You can look at it negatively or positive. He's been to the tournament 2 of the last 3 years.
Every single damn year he should be in this conference. Every single year
Well,
you should win the conference, win the tournament, and get your butt in the NCAA
that the conference
tournament.
is really down. You have like this conference has not been down. It's been up. You have 2-3 teams going for the last 3 years before Houston and everybody left. Last year was the first year, and you're gonna have a bad year every now and then. Now, if he doesn't make it this year, then you got issues.
Last year was the greatest first half I think I've ever felt, all the way up to number 10 in the country. And when you get that high and then you fall that far down, like it almost kills you. And the way that they ended that season last year, like I've never gone from loving a team more to disliking a team more in one season than last year's team.
And what makes it so bad about most of those guys on that team, when they look back 5-10 years later, they're going to regret the way they played.
Yeah, be individuals instead of being a damn team.
Exactly, because they're going to realize that they sacrificed what could have been really special in making a run to probably the Final Four for some individual short-term gains.
Thank you, Javon Quinterly. Thank you, Malcolm Dandridge. I'll go ahead and call all you sweet young gentlemen out.
I'm not calling nobody out because I'm not saying that.
I got more things to say, too, but you know what? I just decided I'm going to put that feather back in my cap because I'm happy. I love the University of Memphis. Go, Tigers, go, and let's freaking go. Memphis just won 20-12 against Florida State. I know, I'm still high from Saturday morning, like just that win.
I know, and that's what's good. And like I said, I hope people buy tickets, not only buy
They're
tickets.
going to show up, bro. We got a product now. I really, truly believe that Memphis fans are going to show up and show out.
We've had this expectation all year. It didn't just start right now. and we've had 23,000 and 23,000 for the first 2 games.
Well, do
Come
me
on.
a favor, man. Don't be playing at home when people are in Oxford. You know what I'm saying? The SIP's a lot better. And don't have Northern Alabama and Troy. Maybe somebody's going to show up.
Well, if Ole Miss will be man enough to schedule a game, Memphis, maybe that could be possible.
You know what? I hate to say this. You know, I went to Memphis. You know how much I love Memphis. Work for Memphis. Love Memphis. I'm Memphis, man. Don't be talking about anything about Oxford, all right?
Okay, get them to schedule a game, another game with Memphis then. They would not schedule. Ole Miss would not schedule again. Mississippi State would not schedule again. And Tennessee would not schedule again.
I'll tell my daughter to put it in Landry's ear. That's Lane's daughter because they're Kappa Gamma girls together. And I don't think he'll probably listen.
I know, because he don't want to come up here and get beat by Memphis.
Good. Could you imagine how bad that would look?
Exactly.
Oh,
There's no upside.
There's no upside for it. Now I got to ask you one other thing though, because I love talking just normal sports with you. You're with everything.
Yeah.
How you feeling about your Steelers right now, buddy?
Man, it's early, man. You know, I don't
Bro,
get too
you
high.
got
I
to
don't
be
get too
feeling
low.
pretty damn good though, because I am shocked. I mean,
why are you shocked, man? This is what Mike Tomlin does, man.
You know what? You're right. I should probably not be shocked. But, I mean, he does have Justin Fields and Russell Wilson as his quarterbacks. They are in the most, I think, one of the most difficult AFC North divisions in the world. Yeah. But I told you Baltimore was going to suck, didn't I?
It ain't over until it's over. And you know,
I told you.
Okay,
Do you know that
okay.
since 2000, I want to remind you this, since
okay,
the year
I'm not
2000,
a betting man. I'm not a betting man, but I'm probably guaranteeing you they're not going 0-3. And you know who they play next week?
Actually, no, I don't.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my God, 2 pathetic teams.
Yes.
Like, if I was a Dallas Cowboys fan, I hate to say this, I would be right now on the hotline. You know what I'm talking about? Like, dude, please don't. I don't want to do it, but I don't trust in Dak Prescott. That defense is terrible.
Now, I'm glad that's not my team. Woo!
No kidding, man. But I'm telling you, I feel like I think Pittsburgh goes into Dallas. I mean, Baltimore, it's Baltimore, right? They go to Big D. I think Baltimore goes to Big D. And I have Baltimore under 10.5 wins. But after I watched that Callis, 6 straight drives by the New Orleans Saints, they scored a touchdown on the first 6 drives, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They scored on the first 6 plays. And they can't blame that on Dak because last time I checked, he don't play defense.
No, he does not. He does not play
defense. I could be wrong. Now, back to someone closer to home. I feel bad for Tony Pollard.
Bro, yeah, I would feel bad if I played with a quarterback that had no right to be in the NFL.
Oh, my God. You in the red zone and you turn it over again. You get another punt block.
2 weeks in a row, bro.
It's like you don't look at the game film. You don't change nothing from week 1 to week 2.
Think about this. They lost each game 24-17. Both games they were in lead at halftime. Hell, the Bears, they were up 17-0. And then I hate to say this, I know Brian Callahan is trying to figure out if Will Levis is going to be the quarterback of the future, but I would appreciate him just doing the Malik Willis treatment and run the football every damn time and let that defense go out there and stomp folks.
Like Pittsburgh does.
Yep.
Easy formula.
Hey, man, good special teams, great defense, and just average offense can win you a hell of a lot of football games. Terry, man, thank you so much for your time. What you up to this week?
Vegas.
Oh, my God. What are you doing in Vegas?
Vegas things.
You know that's my
city,
because
I don't gamble. So I'm going hanging out with my guys.
So you Chicken Coop Chicken Coop, Addison
Chicken
Gray.
Coop is 80 miles away from Vegas. Have you driven into?
Yes,
80
I have.
miles? Okay, well that's a long drive.
I went to the Chicken Coop.
No,
I saw Addison Grace. I know this experience.
You had an Uber to take you. You didn't
drive. Of course. Well, no. I mean, I don't drive. I don't know if you noticed. I rarely ever drive.
Exactly.
I'm a passenger in my car 90% of the time.
I would not be leaving the Clark County. In other words, I would not be leaving the Las Vegas area, the county. So you got to get to those. You got to leave the county to go to those places. I'm not going. I'm not leaving the county.
I feel like
I love the place.
I love Vegas. I love Vegas.
I do too.
Well, do me one other favor. Tell them where they can find you.
Terry D 515 on Twitter or X or whatever you lose.
X. Twitter, same difference. I like the X though now. Hey, Terry, be blessed. Enjoy the week, and that was a hell of a win. We'll do it again next Monday.
Hopefully we come back. They come back with another win from Annapolis, man.
Hey,
have a good week, man.
We
have
are.
A good week.
Hey, I hope you come back from Vegas and actually took my advice and went to the chicken coop.
I am not going to go to the device because I'm not going to go. Even though I have a rental car, I'm not going out there. That is not what I do.
Be blessed, my good buddy, and make sure you drink a lot of Tito's for me. Because when life hands you lemons, you don't freak out, you don't fret, you don't stress. You just make a lemon drop. You always make sure it's with the best, and that's Tito's handmade vodka. I like to get my Tito's from Buster's Buster's liquor stores. Yeah, they got a butcher shop right next to the liquor store at Poplar and Highland. But now Buster's has 2 liquor stores. They're the 2 biggest, baddest, unbelievable liquor stores on planet Earth. They have everything. And they have the best prices. The new one is at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. Check out Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland Street. Check out Buster's Liquor Store at Poplar and Highland, right next door to Buster's Butcher. And don't forget the new location at Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to be back in 2 Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football in Westwood One. Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner and I are set to bring you the action between the Falcons and the Eagles from Philadelphia. Philly with Saquon Barkley, the running back, now sparking the offense. They return home after a big win in Brazil over Green Bay. Now they host Atlanta, looking for their first win with quarterback Kirk Cousins. Join us on Monday Night Football.
Right here on Sports 56.
Vanguard is 100% client-owned, serving over 50 million investors every day. Whether you're planning for retirement, putting your kids through college, or saving up for your next adventure, Vanguard can help you set personalized investment goals. All investing is subject to risk. Vanguard is owned by its funds, which are owned by Vanguard's fund shareholder clients. Copyright 2024, The Vanguard Group, Inc. All rights reserved. Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Ranger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Ranger, for the ones who get it done.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. Life-changing. You could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouses, bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Family Leisure is having the world's biggest spa setting. It's happening right now. You can save thousands on in-stock hot tubs that are ready to be delivered. Family Leisure has spas that start at just $28.99. You know those cold plunges? You can get one for yourself starting at $39.99. Or how about swim spas? They start at $17,499. Plus, Family Leisure has set up special financing just for this event. Have you been sitting on the fence about an above-ground pool? Get off that fence and get to Family Leisure to take advantage of huge discounts on all their in-stock
learn more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info's out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, information, yours is vulnerable. That's where there's LifeLock. They monitor hundreds of millions of data points every second to identify threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock U.S.-based restoration specialist will solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal info, but you can help protect it. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com with a promo code HERD. Promo code HERD at LifeLock.com to save up to 40%. Terms apply.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, and I just hate to say this. Why would anybody believe anything the media says? They lie just as much as politicians. I watch Cheeto Puff and that crazy woman who doesn't even belong in the race. Neither one. I mean, they lie all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sitting here looking at my ex, and I see a bunch of people tweeting out this. Miami Dolphins just signed a Pro Bowl quarterback. Shut up, man. He was on the practice squad for Baltimore. The year that he went to the Pro Bowl, 5 quarterbacks pulled out of the damn game.
Still a feather in his cap.
Man, dude, don't be putting out. They signed a Pro Bowl quarterback, and I realize it's Tyler Huntley.
You thought it was like Ryan Tannehill or something.
Man, no.
Tom Brady.
I thought it was Tom Brady or something. If you're talking about a Pro Bowl quarterback, I don't want to see Tyler Huntley. So let me just tell you something. This is sad, man. I don't trust anything that anybody says other than me. If you want to believe somebody that's always honest and truthful, you got him right here. We are going to take a quick break. When me and Dacus come back, you know we got Monday Night Football. This is a scary game. You got Falcons and the Eagles. Eagles look good in their first game. Saquon Barkley was a damn beast. Falcons are desperate because I don't know if you noticed. You know over there in the NFC South that the Saints and the Bucks are 2-0? If you're a Falcons fan and you bring in Kirk Cousins, you pay him all that bag, you get a new coach, you think you should be competitive in the NFC South. 0-2 behind the Bucks and the Saints the way they're playing? Please. Child, please. Desperate game for them. But I just think the Eagles are too good. We're going to talk about that on the other side. And I also want to remind you, you know when you look good, you feel good? I know I do. That's why I go to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, bro. Frontier Western Store. They got the largest boot showroom, period. You can see it from the space station. You know those astronauts? They're going to be up there until February. They're going to miss the Super Bowl and the whole football season. But every time they pass over Tennessee in Olive Branch, they see Frontier Western Store. Largest boot showroom around. They got all the jeans, all the fall fashions for the ladies with their ladies' boutiques, the kids' stuff. I'm telling you right now, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, or you can always shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. It's easy to navigate. They ship their order out within 24 hours, so bing, bang, boom, it arrives real fast. They are the real deal Holyfield of looking great. Head on down there. Make sure your kids look good. Make sure your girl looks good. And damn it, make sure you look good. Back in 2 shakes, we got to talk NFL, college football. Plus, I got some wood to give you. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, it's Chevy truck season, and together let's drive to All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch, where all the Chevy trucks are. Every new Silverado you're looking for, it's here, so come on down and drive a few. Financing as low as 1.9 and no payments for 90 days. Yes, that's 0 payments for 90 days, and your good credit deserves it. And just in time for tailgating season at the next game, All-Star Chevy has the best tailgating Tahoes. If you're in law enforcement, first responder, healthcare, military, education, recent grad, you get a $500 bonus. Come check out this huge, and I'm talking huge, pre-owned selection. Jeeps, Fords, Nissans, Toyotas, cargo vans, a ton of pre-owned Silverados. And if you got any vehicle you want to sell, bring it here to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch and get the most money for it today. So don't miss this Chevy truck season sale going on right now in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy, or check out allstarautogroup.com.
Memphis, help us honor Liza Fletcher's memory and build a brighter future for our student athletes. The Liza's Light University of Memphis Soccer and Track Stadium Fund is in the first phase, with the goal of raising more than $7 million for the construction of the Liza Welford Fletcher Stadium and upgraded facilities that will inspire our Tigers. Join us in our mission and let your light shine. Visit lizaslight.org to learn more and donate today.
There are jewelry stores, and then there's Genesis Diamonds, the cutting-edge industry leader, the pioneer. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and it's no secret that jewelry stores across America watch what Genesis is doing. Genesis was the first to offer a free lifetime warranty, the first to offer a 120% diamond upgrade guarantee, the first to offer aggressive long-term, zero-interest financing. And Genesis is always on the cutting edge of design and fashion. The styles other jewelers say are new and exciting. New and exciting for Genesis 3 or 4 years ago. Genesis has the fashion-forward brands other stores aren't even allowed to carry. It's no wonder you see jewelers from other stores going to Genesis to see what they're all about. For selection, quality, service, warranties, and guarantees, Genesis leads, others follow. So for diamonds, engagement rings, exclusive designer jewelry for any occasion, and luxury brand Lexus, don't compromise. Get to the jeweler that set the industry standards year after year. Get to Genesis Diamonds on It's extended.
Summer may be over, but yard work, it goes on. Don't worry, Colonial Hardware makes it easy for you. Colonial Hardware has all the lawn and garden tools you need from the best brands in the business. Ferris, Snapper, Husqvarna, Toro, Echo, Shindaiwa, and Billigo. Servicing most brands of lawn equipment, Colonial's master service techs will keep you going year-round. Colonial Hardware, family-owned and operated, and serving you for nearly 50 years. Next to Bass Pro Lake and Sycamore View, and online at colonialhardwareinc.com. This is Original Sports Station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Man, I know you got to be feeling good out there, right? Like, if you're a Memphis fan right now, does it not feel just like, are you walking a little taller?
Gotta be.
You got your chest pumped out a little bit more? Are you like a peacock? Peacock! By the way, I still can't stand the Strong Arm Network. NBC, got a big middle finger for you. Strong Arm NBC. But man, Memphis fans have got to feel good, and NFL fans have got to be a little bit confused. My buddy Randy he sent in a very good text. He said, even though there's a number of unbeaten teams in the NFL, it seems to me that no team is basically standing out as being head and shoulders above the rest. Many of the preseason favorites, like the Baltimore Ravens that I told you to jump off of because they're Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl. He won't do jack. The most overrated quarterback in the history of the entire world. Thank you so much, Lamar, because I bet under 10.5 and you are 0-2 and pathetic. How the hell you lose that game yesterday?
Crazy.
Hey, bro, can you complete a pass in the second half? Is there ever a big drive that he's ever actually gone down the field and done anything? Like, I don't understand how this guy has 2 MVPs. Because nothing. Hey, man, I'm glad you went 13 wins in the regular season. Pat Mahomes didn't even have to score in the second half to beat your ass. You have 1 win in the postseason, 5 losses, but yet everybody busts Dak Prescott. Why don't they bust Lamar Jackson? Is it because Dak went to Mississippi State and Lamar was at Louisville? I don't know. Could be a bias like that. Because, man, like everybody's got a little soft spot in their heart for Louisville. Like when you have a basketball coach who's buying prostitutes for his players, like you just have respect. You know what I mean? It's just a different kind of thing. What was I talking about? What was the point of this? Oh, Randy.
Yes.
The NFL. He also, and I said again, Baltimore is one of those preseason favorites that doesn't look good. Detroit Lions. How do you lose that?
Yeah.
Is Baker Mayfield?
Man, yesterday was the day of the underdogs, wasn't it?
Dude, it was the worst. It was one of the worst gambling days I've ever had.
I believe it. I think I might have told you about this guy
I've never
before.
had a Sunday as bad as I've had in my entire life.
I follow a guy on Twitter who basically just like tweets out a bunch of stuff, but not like plays or anything, but it's just like stuff about what's going on in the gambling world, and he has a bunch of sources in Vegas.
Vegas is rich right now. They're swimming, but like you remember? Have you ever seen DuckTales? There's a dude named Scrooge McDuck, I believe.
Yeah,
and he used to swim in a
coins.
pool of money.
That's right,
Coins,
yes.
yeah. That's what Vegas is doing.
Yeah, he has sources in Vegas, and one of them, he texted one of them after the noon slate yesterday, and the guy texted back and was like, it was a bloodbath. Like, this is one of the best days Vegas has had doing for NFL in a while.
I mean, it was so my total was like I had under. So the Tennessee Titans were playing the New York Jets. I was in Nashville. By the way, did any chance you see where I was sitting, bro?
No, good seats.
My God, bro.
How about that?
50-yard line.
Wow.
Right there, like row BB, which is like really damn good.
I've never been to Nissan.
I could have actually, I think from where I was sitting, peed on Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
I was that close.
At some point, you probably wanted to.
Man, I didn't want to get thrown out, bro.
So
hey, I'm scared he might have liked it.
I've driven by.
I did ask him though. I did scream at him and say, "Let's do mushrooms together, bro."
Yeah, he would probably enjoy that.
Hey,
I know
you
you
got
would.
any ayahuasca?
There you go. Yeah, the ayahuasca. I've driven by Nissan plenty of times. I've never been in it. It looks like a dump outside.
Because of
How
the
is it
construction's
inside?
a-hole.
Well, no, it's just the stadium just doesn't look that good. I don't know, and that's why they're building a new one. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
It was
just
Adelphia
saying
back then.
There's a reason they're building a new stadium.
Well, no, I don't like the fact that they're building a dome. I understand they want to have Super Bowls in Nashville, and Nashville is one of the dopest cities in the history of the world. I love the place. It makes me want to vomit because when I was a young kid, I used to go to Nashville and think Nashville was trash, and I love Memphis, and I'm still Memphis all the way.
Sure,
but
I
bro,
love Nashville.
Our city elected officials suck. Have you seen all that they've built in Nashville? They got millionaires moving up in that joint left and right. There's something to do. It's like somebody made me laugh so hard. They're like, what's Second Broad like? What's Printers Alley like? Is it like Beale Street? And I go, yeah. No, it's not. I mean, Beale Street on more steroids and like Trend, Deca, D-Ball, Anavar. They're taking everything. You know what I mean? Nashville's built it all. And they're building that new stadium. But I love outside. I like football being played in the elements. That's just, I'm old school, I guess, like that. I just like, look, the Cowboys are cute. Y'all little turf thing. By the way, you lost. Y'all had 16 straight wins.
Yeah, I didn't have a fun day yesterday.
Like, I know the Rams and, like, there's a bunch of beautiful. SoFi is a beautiful arena. But for me personally, I still like, Kansas City, if they put a dome in Kansas City, I would throw up.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I like those crazy weather games. The inclements matter. Like, we don't play in perfect conditions all the time because we don't live in perfect conditions. So I'm not excited about the fact that. So anyway, the point was, I like Nissan Stadium. The construction's terrible, and getting in and out of the
I was about to say, where do you park
is ridiculous. So far, it's not $50.
Holy cow!
To park in a. By the way, you
should have Ubered.
No. So it's an industrial area. No, they have these little bikes.
Oh,
these little moped bikes where they take you to the game.
And that's another like $15.
Another $20.
So even more.
So
Good
to
Lord.
park and get your ass to the game is $70.
It's crazy.
But the problem is also with Nashville is like I parked in an industrial area, and there was so much copper in there. All I kept thinking to myself is, man, why can't we have something like this in Memphis? And Chas was like, what are you talking about? This is a dump. I'm like, bro, I don't know if you know that. That's enough copper right there for Tyrone Biggums to smoke crack for 7 years. That copper would be gone in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here in Memphis, Tennessee. Quit stealing, folks. Did you know that's like one of the... Isn't that a 10 commandment? Thou shalt not steal?
Yeah, I don't know about the folks part. I guess that's just in the steal part.
Yeah, close. Man, you know all 10?
I don't want to do this right now.
Don't
I'm sure I could
argue
rattle
with
them all.
John.
It would take us a long time. Yeah, don't argue with John. Don't have differing opinions from John.
Those are good
ones. Yeah, there's more.
Now,
the 10 Commandments of doing John's show.
By the way, I think I'm probably the nicest person in the world to do a show for.
I agree.
Like, you know what? He's lying now. Again, we're trying not to lie today on this beautiful Monday.
That's right.
Memphis just beat Florida State. It was real deal, Holyfield. Tonight we have a great game. I do want to talk a little bit about the National Football League, and I'm glad that you have opened up your mouth.
Passers are dead, John.
What?
The passing game is dying in the NFL.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious.
Stop it.
I'm serious.
You mean the quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson and Kirk Cousins with the bad Achilles and the old man Aaron Rodgers and Will Levis who likes mayonnaise? Now, do they suck at playing quarterback?
You're about
Absolutely.
to rattle off half the quarterbacks in the league, John.
Again, it's not my fault that all... Dude, Dan Marino is rolling over in his grave, putting his isotoners on, saying this is ridiculous. Tua Tagovailoa, he is so fragile. He's like Mr. Glass. By the way, did you know that if he walked away right now, he'd get $127 million?
Is that right?
I don't know if you know this. I could walk away right now.
Oh, I'd walk away yesterday. But he came out and said, or there was a report over the weekend that said he is not walking away at all. That he's already made his decision.
I told you. Do you think that, like, let me tell you something. Have you ever, like Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, all died at 27, right?
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because when you're young, you don't think a day ahead, let alone 50 years from now.
Right.
Like, you're all about the moment. And he's all about one moment. He wants to play football. And I don't blame him. That's what he's done his whole damn life. I'm 46 years old, and I play in a little bitty stupid – and it's not stupid. It's the most important thing I've ever done in my life. I love this league over at Toby. I love all those guys. It is amazing. But do you know that I'm probably never going to be able to play again? I mean, I pulled my tendon off my pubis bone. I broke my damn ribs. I'm a shell of myself. I can't imagine actually hanging up something where you're getting paid to do it other than just loving it. Because, yes, they are making a check, but you don't think that Tua and these guys love and they eat, sleep, drink, and breathe football. So it's not a surprise that he's going to come back because playing sports is awesome. Being able to compete is awesome. Now, the Cowboys can't compete against Jack, dude. Did you see the Alvin Kamara?
I don't want to.
He just did a little bit of tap dancing to the left, to the right, to the right. Alvin Kamara was scoring touchdowns like it was going out of style all over that defense of the Cowboys. That was pathetic, bro. Yeah. Did you know they gave up 35 points in the first half? And in the second half, do you know what the Saints did? They just laughed. From the sideline. It's like, look at these idiots.
Yeah.
Like, are the Saints really good or the Cowboys bad?
Yeah, it's a great question, John. I actually put together a hate list yesterday while watching the game of who I hate the most. Number one is my buddy Jackson, one of my best friends. He's a Saints fan. He was texting me the entire game, just rubbing it in. I don't know why he's a Saints fan. He's number one. Number two, Dak Prescott. I mean, why in the world? How in the world? That man's a con artist. How in the world did he get paid that much money to play football? Ridiculous. Number three, Jerry Jones. I mean, this guy wants to go out there and pay Dak all that money. Ridiculous. Number four, Alvin Kamara. Because what you just mentioned, John, I mean, he was running all over the place. Number five, Tom Brady. Get off my television.
You're the worst announcer in the history of the world.
I mean, put him on a different game. I'm tired of listening to him with the Cowboys.
Please do me a favor and to go back. Man, can somebody finally fire Tom Brady?
And it's not because...
And his butt chin is getting even more distinguished. It makes me want to kick him in the chin.
And it has nothing to do, John, with his analysis. It's just the fact that he was on the Cowboys game yesterday
and
they lost.
His broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
Did you
listen
see
to
the
it?
commercial? Did you see the commercial that he has now?
No, I was at the game. I saw the recap.
I guess they want to. Oh yeah, you were at the game. I guess it's not a commercial. I don't know what it was. It was so weird. But it's like him sitting at his house, and like all of these other Tom Bradys are like around him. It's like the Tom Bradys throughout his life.
Like Dad bod Tom Brady out of Michigan?
Like Pee Wee Tom Brady, Michigan Tom Brady.
Yeah, Dad bod Tom Brady.
But he's in the like uniform, so you can't
Tell
really
that he's
like
ugly.
exactly. You only see the back of the jersey that says Brady, and you can tell it's a Michigan uniform. And so he's like. At first, he's like sitting there watching TV or like listening to the radio or something, and someone's like, "Yeah, Tom Brady, he can't do it in the booth. He was awful last week." And then it's like all the Tom Bradys are like talking to him, and they're like, "They don't want you to succeed. They're just mad because you know more football." It's the craziest thing ever. And they're like, "You got to keep going. You got to work harder. Be better." And then he's like, "I'm gonna do it." It is the wildest thing I've ever seen.
He's a
I wonder if I can
complete
find
lunatic. Maybe you can. By the way, though, since you were doing your hate list, do you remember Chappelle, the Chappelle show when they did the Player Haters Ball?
Yeah, the Player Haters Ball. That's right.
Ice-T was on that bad boy, who's also great in Law and Order. Who's your favorite? Like, if you were like Buck Nasty, like which one are you thinking about? Like you have the most hate for?
Everybody. I hate everybody right now, John. If I'm being frank.
Oh, damn, man. Is it because of your Cowboys?
Yes. I mean, it ruined my day.
So you have more of an affinity to your Cowboys than you do to your Memphis Tigers?
No, because they won. So I was very happy that they won.
Now, back to the original thought. I was talking a little NFL. My buddy Randy texted in. We were talking about how it doesn't seem like anybody's head and shoulders above the rest. San Francisco has Christian McCaffrey situations. Kansas City lost Isaiah Pacheco yesterday. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something, man. If my knee went like that or my leg went that way, I mean, was it a broken fibula?
Yeah, I think so.
Ouch. And by the way, how did the Green Bay Packers win yesterday?
Malik Willis season.
Are you kidding me? So all he has to, like, Malik Willis just needs Hugh Freeze or a different coach entirely away from the Titans? Jacobs did run, though, 31 times for like $160. He was nasty. I can't believe that. And Anthony Richardson, he got hurt as well, didn't he? Didn't AR get didn't he have to leave the game, or am I just like hallucinating?
Who?
Anthony Richardson.
I don't know. I didn't have eyes on that game.
Oh, because you didn't bet on it. Good thing you didn't.
I just wanted to watch other games.
Good thing you didn't bet on that one because most people took the Colts. In fact,
oh no, I was on the Packers in that game.
Oh, did you know that I looked at it and I knew I was in trouble because I looked at it and I go, man, 90% of the handle on the money line was on the Colts.
That was my shock on Friday.
90% of the handle on the spread was on the Colts, and Vegas cleaned up. But again, Randy was saying there's a lot of pedestrian teams. I mean, Baltimore is not what we thought. Detroit losing to Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield, the Rams, the Jets. There's all a bunch of false flags out there. So I'm kind of curious right now, who do you all believe is the best team in the National Football League? The Eagles do play the Falcons tonight. They could go 2-0. You know, I'm still Jalen Hurts threw a couple picks in week 1, made some bad decisions, but Saquon looks nasty. The defense still looks pretty damn good. Buffalo Bills, they're 2-0. I can't believe, by the way, like the Saints are 2-0 and the Bucks are 2-0, and the Bucks and the Saints both went on the road yesterday. Bucks went into damn Detroit and bit off Dan Campbell's kneecaps. They did triple Ventes. They did all that. They bit off his kneecaps. Baker Mayfield's looking pretty damn good. And then the Saints, the way they went into Big D. Yeah. They showed who had the Big D, and it sure was not the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, John, I'm tired of talking about this game.
Another crazy one is how did the 49ers go to the Vikings? I had the Vikings yesterday on the money line. One of the
you had the Vikings yesterday on the money line?
I had 2 winners yesterday. One was Vikings money line, and what was the other one? I can't even remember the other one because it wasn't a big bet.
John.
Oh, I had the Chiefs on the money line, which is the most miracle win I've ever won in my life.
John, after the game, Sam Darnold was walking through the Vikings locker room shouting, addressing Ryan Shanahan, who was not there. You should have never effing cut me, is what he was yelling.
Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan. I was just reading this tweet, and for whatever reason said Ryan Shanahan. Yes, Kyle Shanahan. He was just yelling, you should have never effing cut me, as he walked through the Vikings locker room. Because obviously he was used to be with the 49ers.
If you find any slight, go ahead and
I guess use it.
To be honest with you, I thought Sam Darnold was going to get the first opportunity once they got rid of Jimmy G and all that stuff, and he got injured, and Brock Purdy took over, and Brock Purdy's played pretty good. Now, Brock Purdy was decent yesterday. Problem is the weird thing is, man, San Francisco couldn't run the football. Now, I know Christian McCaffrey's not playing, and I know Mason, you can look at it and say, oh, my God, John, what are you talking about? He ran for 100 yards. Anytime that they had a third down that was big, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they ran the football, I'm sorry, it didn't work. So that's a big thing. And then you got to give a lot of credit, though. Sam Darnold. 2 touchdown passes, 270, and 109 quarterback rating. Not bad. Not bad at all. And remember, Justin Jefferson, I think we remember why, like who he was and who he is. Did you see that catch that he took to the house?
Mm-hmm.
What was that, 97 or something yards?
Yeah, that was. I think it was 96 or 97.
96,
like
97
that.
yards. It was the most insane. And the way he caught it, then ran to the left, and then went all the way across the field, and he's just faster than everybody else. Justin Jefferson is the man. But we've been talking a ton of college football.
John, you actually saw
NFL football, actually.
A history yesterday in person.
What was the history that I saw?
Braylon Allen scored a touchdown yesterday.
Oh, God, yes. And you know what I said? I turned around and said to somebody, I said, man, Wisconsin sure could have used him against Alabama.
Sure could have. 20 years old. He's the youngest NFL player to score a scrimmage touchdown since Arnie Herber in 1930 at the exact same age.
By the way, there was a bunch of Jets fans that were sitting with me. A bunch, actual, not like Jets fans.
J-E-T-S.
Like, no, I'm
Jets,
talking about like
Jets,
a bunch
Jets.
of New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't believe. Like I'm talking about like flew in from New York to follow the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird to me to follow a pro team like that. And by the way, just so you know, like Oxford, the crowd at Oxford compared to the crowd at the Titans game is so different. Like, there are millions of beautiful people down in Oxford that go to these games, and it's just, like, amazing.
Not many at the Titans
And then when
games.
you go to the Titans games, it's like every fat, bald, old man has showed up to support their team. But it's this New York Jets dude who was behind me is like, hey, you know, and like cussing, yelling, screaming. And he'd be like, hey, Joey. And I'd be like, Buttafuoco. And we'd go back and forth or whatever. And he's like, man, I'm so glad you hadn't said thank you to me. And I was like, why? He goes, I've heard thank you more times in Nashville than I've heard in my whole life. And I'm like, what? He's like, we don't say thank you. We say F you. And I'm like, what?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Like, dude, like they're just, them dudes up north are just a little different.
A little different.
But they had fun in Nashville. Again, they don't like the word thank you, especially when they don't do anything. Like paying for something, the guy goes, the lady's like, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I just paid for it. Like, I ain't doing you no favor. Don't thank me. I never thought about it like that. We do thank a lot of people, don't we?
Everybody.
And I would like to thank some of our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. And I just can't wait to thank Tito's because, man, Cheetos helps me out a lot. When life hands me lemons, I do stress sometimes. I freak out for a minute. And then all of a sudden I realize, chill out, bro. Just make a lemon drop. Always make sure it's with the best, and that's Tito's Handmade Vodka, crafted and distilled in the United States down in Austin, Texas. It's the Rocky Balboa of vodka. You know what I mean? Like, this is no frills, no flavors, no fancy labels. This is the vodka that went over to Russia and just pimp slapped everybody. Smearing off, how you like me now? Stoli, I just busted your face in. Then they went over to like France. They smacked up that Grey Goose because Tito is the 4-time gold medal winner of the best vodka spirit around. Check it out. It's in your local liquor stores. Check it out in Buster's. And whenever you go to your favorite watering hole, always order the best. That's Tito's Handmade Vodka. We got some wood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Just a quick reminder, it's football season, and if you are not spending a little time each weekend watching college or pro ball at Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect downtown neighborhood bar, people might be talking about you behind your back. See, everyone else has figured out that Bell Tavern, with its ice-cold beer, signature cocktails, cozy atmosphere, and incredible staff, is the perfect place to while away a bowl Saturday or Sunday, cheering on your team in a place where people act like adults, whether their team is winning or losing. Bell Tavern is not a sports bar, except when it is.
Zero to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Monday. I was about to say Friday. I don't know if you know, I just came back from Nashville, straight up into town. Had a really good time. I don't know what time I left the bars. I guess by 5 a.m., right? Because that's when they close.
That's right.
But I made it to work. Is that not a miracle? I come here with broken ribs, hangovers. No matter what, I show up, right?
You drove back this morning?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I mean, how was I going to drive back yesterday?
I mean, I guess that's a good point.
What did I tell you? Did I
tell
you I had the biggest
hangover
hungover?
From Nashville.
What time my doctor put me in the car.
Lovely.
That's Chas, by the way.
I was about to ask, yeah.
Yeah, she's in charge. She
So
takes
she
care of me.
drove back. You just rode back.
Again, I told you I don't drive very much. I do drive to work and home from work,
Yeah.
and then after that, I don't drive anymore.
Let's see.
I want a chauffeur, actually.
There you go.
Do you think I could be like driving Miss Daisy? Like I could just sit in the back of a car and just cuss and yell and complain?
Maybe.
That'd be nice. I don't know if I could because I beat up a taxi driver and stole his
That
taxi.
is true. You might be banned.
I might be banned from getting rides. Now, I do have to tell you, one place you'll never be banned from, and that's Rick's Powder Coating. You know why? Because they can give you a beautiful finish every single time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. They have 2 conveyor lines, the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South. Rick's can accommodate it all. So do me a favor, when you're ready for a little powder coating, head over to Rick's. They're locally owned and operated since 2002, and they're going to customize a beautiful finish just for you. So drop on in or go online to rickspowdercoating.com or just give them a call, 901-367-2771. That's Rick's Powder Coating. They don't play. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
All right, I got a question for you. How do you tell how do you tell a rich man from a poor man?
It's a great question, John.
A rich man's single. Yep. Trust me.
Well, I knew I was poor, but I didn't think that was the only reason.
Man, I'm telling you right now, rich men, they are single. Except for Jalen Hurts. Bro, like, what are you doing? He got engaged.
Good for him. Congratulations.
Did you see the contract he got?
Yeah.
He could have been an eligible bachelor till he was at least 95.
Huh.
I don't understand that. I can promise you one thing, and I love you, Chas, but if you put $150 million in my bank account, I ain't doing like sin, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're married, you can't do it, you know what I'm saying? You kind of feel the lines that I'm like reading between. Can't do that, that's bad, right?
Sure.
So you don't get married. And then you don't screw up, and then she doesn't take half. Because I don't know if you know, his fiance Bree hadn't played one damn down of football, and I don't even know if she has a bank account to herself. You know what I call her?
What's that?
You ain't nothing but a gold digger.
Well, you don't know that, John. I mean,
they
she
might
could
be
be a
like-
fine person that is just in love with Jalen Hurts.
All right, let me tell you something. When you marry athletes that are super, super rich, they're egotistical, they're arrogant, they believe in themselves, they're self-centered, they really don't care about other people and what they really think. Other than my good buddy David Deal, 53rd greatest New York football giant of all-time history and coaches the offensive line for the Memphis Tigers. But outside of him, no, man. No, I don't think so. Do you think that's a jaded approach?
I don't know.
Do you think that if you were super, super rich, if Melinda just came into $150 million, do you think she's sticking with you?
I would
Or is
hope,
she gonna
I would
try
hope
to-
so.
She's going to try to upgrade to somebody like me, right?
Nah, I mean, upgrade. I think I am the upgrade, you know?
Okay.
I'm a catch, John.
You're something.
Thank you.
By the way, did you another sidebar? I had like, do you know that sometimes? Do you remember back in the day? It was on like Saturday Night Live or whatever, and they were like Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Do you remember that at all? No.
That might have been before my time.
I know at least some of our listeners remember
Sure.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. So I was in Nashville and I pulled into the little, I don't know, I think it was a Love's little gas station, and they have the the Powerball winners, like the numbers, and it's like $165 million, and it's like $50 million for this, and it's like $200 million for this, and I'm like, damn, bro. And I sit there and I had a very deep thought. Did you know that every single time somebody wins the lottery, that the damn government wins without even buying a freaking ticket? Did you realize that?
How about that?
They get half of every damn lottery winner, period, end of
I guess
discussion.
it's true, yeah.
They don't even buy a ticket. I'm telling you, it's all a scheme, man. I don't trust the government. I don't believe in them. Except for just all you people that are listening that are government agents. I've never done anything wrong. Now, Tiger Woods, do you remember him? He used to play golf.
He still plays golf.
He's not going to be playing golf anymore. He's
Oh.
having his 6 back surgery.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not joking.
Oh,
No,
I
so I
missed
make
that.
things up on the radio? You
No,
don't trust me?
No, I didn't say that.
I mean, I told you don't trust anything that the media says because I don't believe anything that the media says right now, other than me. I don't even know if I'm that trustworthy. But I can trust me on this. Tiger Woods ain't playing no golf no more. This is going to be his 6th back surgery, bro. 6. Now he's fixing a nerve issue in his lower back because you know why you're fixing a nerve issue? Because, damn it hurts. Like, this dude ain't taking just Tylenol. He ain't just taking Advil. My man's going to be rocking Percocets and, like, Oxys and all kinds of stuff. And you know what happened the last time he did that? I think he just drove his car right off a cliff. Reckless
well.
speculation. Could have had a little bit of booze in it, but hey, I'm just saying. So, just let you know, if you're a Woods fan, you better start switching up and becoming a Charlie Woods fan.
John, I just saw devastating news about 15, 20 minutes ago.
He didn't make it through the surgery?
Oh, no. It has nothing to do with Tiger Woods.
So Tiger Woods is still alive?
Yes, but...
Okay, breaking news. He's still alive.
Tito Jackson. Personally,
Tito Jackson, like from the Jackson
my
5?
favorite member of the Jackson 5.
Tito Jackson.
He passed away yesterday.
Nuh-uh.
At age 70.
Why aren't you playing some Tito?
You know, John, everyone says that Michael Jackson made the Jackson 5. Tito Jackson kept it together.
I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you Tito Jackson was with more women than Michael. You want to bet?
Look, John, I don't know enough about either of their personal lives to
Do you
guess
really
that.
think Michael Jackson was ever with a woman?
He was with. That
was a fake marriage to
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Or not Priscilla.
No, her
Lisa
daughter,
Marie.
Lisa
Yeah,
Marie. Do you know why they married? Because both of them were bat-ish crazy. That's it. They're like, yo, I'm getting bad press. Yo, I'm getting bad press. People are saying terrible things about you. People are saying terrible things about me. Let's get married, and that way that we look like we're not crazy. Now, they'd be very 2024 in Vogue. They would probably be on the cover of Vogue if they were still alive. Lisa alive?
No.
I thought they were both dead. R.I.P., you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, Lisa Marie died last year?
Oh, yeah, because I pay a whole lot of attention to, like, Lisa. Did she have a career outside of being Elvis and Priscilla's, like, no offense to her, like, rest in peace and everything. Enjoy your, like, the rest of your life. Well, you're dead. But anyway, like, what did she ever do? Like, what did she do besides marry Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage? 2 terrible decisions.
I didn't know she married Nicolas Cage. It's news to me.
You didn't know that?
No.
Look it up and make sure I'm
I
not just
will.
high as all get out. Because you know I had to drive in from Nashville. The only way I was going to make it was on like these, Have you ever had one of those sativa gummies?
No, I've not.
Let me tell you something.
Wow, you're right. Married in...
I'm right. Are you shocked that I'm right?
I am. Married in 2002, divorced in 2004. Strong 2-year marriage.
Man, let me tell you something. That's 2 years longer than you've been married, fool.
You right about that?
I mean, not. Hey, this is a glass. Like, are you made of glass?
John, I'd love to get married.
Like to who?
What?
Who would you like to get married to?
Melinda, of course.
Like, you really do?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. You can buy her a ring and ask her.
Well, you gotta have money to do that.
Man, I don't know if you know this, man. They got now these cubic zirconiums that look so real. When you get established in the world, you can just replace it and be like, baby, I bought you a new one.
I asked her if I could. Target has like fake rings that look really nice. I asked her if I could just buy
Really?
one of those. Yeah.
Dude, you know, actually, you can't
Like
do that. By the way,
$15.
just let me tell you something. And this is, I was joking. Do not ever, under any circumstance, ever buy a cubic zirconium or a fake ring for a woman. Because do you know what women have?
Diamond testers.
No, they have women friends.
Oh.
And you know what women friends do?
They judge each other.
Yes. Oh my God, your ring is really nice. I don't think he can afford it. Is it real?
Wow.
How do you know it's
So
real?
they're gonna talk bad about me,
They're
John.
gonna talk bad about you. And then they're gonna make her go over there and have it looked underneath something, and then they're gonna read fake. And you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get called out. And like, there's one thing like to get caught for a little white lie. Like, you know, when like this 90-year-old woman for some reason came up to me, and she's like, did you know today's my 90th birthday? And I go, damn, girl, you look every single year of at least 90. And again, because I was honest.
You're honest.
Do you know
You
what?
didn't say you don't look a day past 50.
No, you don't say that to somebody 90, bro. You say, like, I should have said, like, you don't look a day past 150.
Oh, jeez.
Because she did look, like, I mean, I was kind of impressed that she was walking. Kind of. I mean, she was moving slow, bro. Really slow. But the point of this story is, don't buy women a fake ring. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to find out, and then what are you going to do? Like, you will be the worst. Like, all of her friends will hate you.
That's true.
And they'll think you're cheap. Dude, did you know that somebody shot at Donald Trump?
Yeah, I don't really know all the details to
I
the
just
story,
saw
but
it
that
right
was
now.
That was the headline yesterday. It was
Why-
going across
okay,
the bottom of the
so-
CBS NFL games.
So is it like it's not very like if somebody now just shoots at Trump, it's not a big story anymore, huh?
No, it was a big story. Yeah, it was a big story.
It was?
I think so.
So who shot at him? Is it another kid?
See, I don't know if someone actually shot him. I was reading a story earlier today.
So you don't know anything.
No, I'm about to tell you, John.
I
Calm
just
down.
saw this news.
I read a story this morning that said that the Secret Service saw a gun barrel sticking out of like a bush, and they started shooting.
Dude, do you
the
know
Secret
how
Service started
do you know
shooting.
how hard it is to see like a little bitty barrel coming out of a big old bush?
No, I mean it was a big like assault rifle, and like supposedly like sticking. So they started shooting. The guy fled. So I don't think the guy actually took any shots. I think it was the Secret Service shooting at.
But hold
the
on,
guy.
this is all reckless speculation because you know about as much as I do, right?
Well,
now.
I read a story. The story is either
See,
right.
I
or
just
wrong.
looked at my phone. I had no idea that this happened. Again, because I'm in.
Well,
the
you
world of
were
sports.
you were in Nashville.
I was
yesterday.
also looking at apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. You would not believe. You know what Oxford and Nashville have in common? Hot chicks.
Huh. But only in Oxford
Why the
do they
hell
go to
am I
football
living in
games.
Memphis right now?
I don't know.
Damn, I don't either. Oh yeah, because I have a job here.
That's right.
Okay. I guess I'll keep it. Did you know 2 men were shot in Detroit? and
Oh, at the
killed
game.
at
Yeah,
the
I
game?
did see that.
Like, do you know what they were doing? Smoking some meat, drinking some Tito's. They were chilling. And then somebody capped them. Can we get Johnny Hill back? I'm worried about him.
Yeah, I'll have to call him, make sure he's doing all right.
Call him and tell him that if he comes back, I'll give him a job.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Producing your show from 3 to 6.
I'll let him know.
See, I'm out here giving people jobs, trying to get them back out of Detroit because Detroit seems crazy. Actually, Axel Foley said I wouldn't stay in Detroit.
Well, and Axel Foley knows.
Holy cow. Caitlin Clark still killing it?
Yes.
Yes.
She's like locked up rookie of the year for sure.
So no more Angel Reese?
Yeah, no, I mean, Angel Reese still doing her thing, but, yeah.
Wasn't she like part of the Reese's peanut butter cups? Which I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, she was, yeah, she had the sponsorship of from Reese's. How do you say, you know, the ones, the Reese?
Oh, the Pieces? I don't like the ones with the little candy shell, man. I ain't down with that.
Pieces.
Pieces, like the little bitty, like the little cups.
Right, but you're saying pieces. It's pieces, John.
Oh,
Reese's
it's Reese's
Pieces.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna correct me on?
Yeah, because
Okay.
everyone says pieces. It's not
all
pieces.
the stuff I say wrong.
Reese's.
And this is where I'm. Oh, it's Reese's.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's
Yes.
Pieces.
No, Reese's Pieces.
Reese's.
No.
Reese's.
Not Reese's.
You know what? I don't even eat that stuff.
I
Leave me
love a good
alone.
Reese's Piece.
No, I
do
do.
actually have.
Peanut
I
butter
my
cups
car.
is the only thing when I was a father, which I'm still a father. I'm always going to be a father. But when my children were young, where I'd take them on Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Like where they get the bag and stuff.
And you'd steal those.
The only thing I would steal was the Reese's peanut butter cups.
You're supposed to eat them if you're intoxicated.
Reese's or Reese's?
Reese's.
Reese's. I've said it wrong my whole life.
Yeah, I did too until I watched the video and it was like an English teacher explaining it and it made complete sense.
Yeah, great. Have you ever like heard an English person speak? They can't even speak
No,
English.
an English teacher, John, like at a high school, not like a British person.
okay.
Jeez.
Looks like my brain is on full capacity because on the other side, guess what we're about to do? We're going to make some damn money. We got Falcons. We got the Eagles. Right now, Philadelphia is a 5.5-point favorite. The total is 45.5. I am about to tell you who's going to score a touchdown. Is it going over or under? And which side to take. So do me a favor. Don't you dare touch that dial. We're back in 2 shakes. Thanks to Tito's Handmade Vodka on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Off-road cruiser styling packed with modern innovations, riders of all skill levels choose a Honda Rebel. Incredible motorcycles with a stripped-down style and a full package of features. Both the 300 and the 500 offer compact power inside a lightweight frame. Combined with a low slim seat, the Rebel is easy to start on. And with new colors for this year, they are impossible to ignore. Go to DeSoto Honda to check out the 2023 Honda Rebels. Cruisers with premium style and performance to enjoy every second.
Join us celebrating 26 years of Napa Cafe. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I'm inviting you over for dinner. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner of scrumptious combinations, fresh salads, homemade soups, or maybe start with an appetizer, like our baked Dungeness crab dip with manchego cheese, lemon, garlic, and French baguette toast. Drift into one of our fresh seafood dishes, like the caramelized sea scallops with curry beurre blanc, black forbidden rice, and Thai mango salad. Or our ancho honey glazed salmon with creamy black bean puree, avocado pico de gallo, and jalapeno crema. Maybe you're looking for something cozy and comforting, like our Duroc pork chop with apple brandy demi-glaze and blue cheese bacon mashed potatoes. We have something for everyone. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe. I'd sure love to see you.
Summer's heating up, and so are the savings at Choate's. We've got 3 incredible offers to make your season spectacular. First up, our Grill and Chill with Choate's Summer Special. Upgrade your HVAC system and choose between a free Yeti cooler or a Green Egg grill on select systems. Then power through any outage with Choate's generators. Be one of the first 50 customers to buy a generator and score a massive 75-inch TV or an iPad. Also, don't forget about our tankless water heater offer. Purchase a tankless water heater from Choate's and receive a premium toilet free. Don't wait. These offers are too good to last. Turn to the experts with Choate's and call 347-8086 or visit us online today for your free estimate. Now introducing Choate's air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and generators. Choate's, let our family serve your family.
Win some, lose some, but always be in the know. At DraftKings, we put your play and performance history all in one place with the My Stat Sheet tool. Get a breakdown of your recent activity with an overview of your deposits, withdrawals, contests, wagers, and more. Use My Stat Sheet to stay on top of your spending so you can stay on top of your game. Because when it comes to betting, it's more fun when it's for fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg.draftkings.com for more info.
Summer may be over, but yard work, it goes on. Don't worry, Colonial Hardware makes it easy for you. Colonial Hardware has all the lawn and garden tools you need from the best brands in the business. Ferris, Snapper, Husqvarna, Toro, Echo, Shindaiwa, and Billigo. Servicing most brands of lawn equipment, Colonial's master service techs will keep you going year-round. Colonial Hardware, family-owned and operated, and serving you for nearly 50 years. Next to Bass Pro Lake at Sycamore View, and online at colonialhardwareinc.com.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Monday. I hope you're enjoying life. You know, Memphis just pimp slapped Florida State like it was a bad habit. Ow! It's almost like they kicked, like smoking sticks or heaters or whatever you call them. Like they kicked it. They beat Mike Norvell. Memphis is looking good. We got football, though, tonight that we're going to gamble on. We got to make some money because yesterday was brutal. Like, I'm talking about... Did you ever watch, what is it, Game of Thrones? There was like a bloody Sunday, or like there's people went to get it to a wedding, and then all of a sudden then they just killed everybody. That's how I felt yesterday, like at the Titans game. I went there, I was dressed up, I was ready to show up and ready to celebrate and party, and then I remember Will Levis plays for them, and they're terrible. And then all the other crazy stuff. The Dallas Cowboys are absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. You have the Browns beating the Jags at home. The Jags could only score 13 points yesterday. Buccaneers beat the Lions. Packers with Malik Willis beat the Colts. Yesterday was Vikings beat the 49ers. Yesterday was buck wild. Raiders beating the Ravens. Thank you. Yesterday was buck wild. Tonight, I think we're going to get a little bit of more. I think it's going to be a little more even. I think it's going to be a little bit more fair. Kind of like my good buddy Bill Bell. 901-406-1101. If you pick up the phone and call 901-406-1101, that's 901-406-1101. You call Bill at iBuyHouses, bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Any house, any area, as is. It really is as simple as that. Just pick up the phone and say, 901-406-1101. Yo, what up, Bill? Man, this is where I live. Bing, bang, boom. Man, Bill will be down there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. He'll make you an offer. You agree. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. I don't care if you're in foreclosure. I don't care if you just ready to bounce and move to Nashville because Nashville's got beautiful, beautiful people. Or Oxford because I like that place too. If you just need to get rid of your house, 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at iBuyHouses tonight. I love the Eagles. And I almost feel crazy because it looks too easy. But yesterday, there was nothing easy about yesterday. And yeah, maybe you're saying you shouldn't take another favorite. Did you see how the Texans last night had the game in control and were 6.5-point favorites and they kick a stupid, meaningless field goal? Didn't you lose? No, they haven't hurt. But I have a feeling, man, the Eagles go out there and just roll it up. Saquon Barkley looks like he is just revitalized and ready to roll. They still have the speedster, Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown does his business. And I don't know, man. Philly put up, 34 points and last week, and they look good. And Jalen Hurts looks good even though he got engaged. I got to take the Eagles. I got to lay the 5.5. And when it comes to the total, I do feel like if you're going to play the total, I have a lean. And I'm leaning over because Atlanta's offense can't be that bad in week number 2, can it? Bijan can still run. They still have Pitts and London. They still have weapons. Hopefully he looks a little better. I love the Eagles. I have a lean towards the over. My other love in the world, the Brewers. They're playing the Phillies, man. Ranger Suarez is on the bump, man. He hasn't looked good since he came off the IL. I'm all up on the Brewers. I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday. Get out there, make the world a better place. I'm going to see you on the flip side. Peace.